The power of enticement of the senses. Jaimini, the disciple of sage Vedavyasa, was diligently noting down what was being dictated by the profoundly wise sage. Knowing how difficult it was to control the senses, Vedavyasa was dictating, Balavan Indriya Gramo Vidvamsamapi Karshati, meaning the senses in combination with each other are so powerful that they sway even the learned. Now Jaimini reasoned in his mind that while it may be true that the senses could sway commoners and make them weak, they would not cause the downfall of the learned, and especially those with self-restraint. Thus thinking, Jaimini changed what was being dictated to Napakarshati. In other words, he changed the sentence from they sway even the learned to they cannot entice the learned. Sage Vedavyasa, even though aware of the change made by his disciple, kept quiet. One day there was a huge downpour. A soothingly calm atmosphere prevailed. Sage Jaimini was seated serenely in his hermitage after completing his prayers to the setting sun. The god of fire, Agni, was burning in all his glory in the sacrificial hearth, the Yajna-kunda. True to being a representative of the eternal effulgent light, the flame of a wick was glowing brightly at the crest of a lamppost. At this moment in time, he heard the wails of a woman in distress. There stood at the door of the hermitage a beautiful woman, fully drenched. She requested the sage whether she could get protection in the hermitage till the rain abated. Moved by her plight, the sage immediately acceded to her request. He made her sit in front of the fiery hearth. As he was watching the beautiful damsel, the sage's mind slowly but surely slipped and was disturbed. Soon he suggested to her whether she would consider marrying him. She responded by saying that if he could carry her and go round the sacrificial hearth 3 times, she would be agreeable to this. While he was executing this action as per her wish, during the 3rd circumambulation, the lady asked, Napakarshati, or cannot sway the learned? What a surprise! Instead of that beautiful damsel, the one who was in Jaimini's arms was none other than his guru, sage Vedavyasa. Vedavyasa had performed a clever experiment to drive home a subtle concept. Control of the senses is not attained easily. It has to be acquired by the grace and guidance of the Guru and by constant and consistent practice of the path shown. Life prevails only if the soul exists. Only if the soul prevails over the senses and the senses serve its needs will life exist. So the great Sri Ranga Mahaguru used to reiterate.